The 5 love languages, trashed. That took forever. I cannot believe it took this long. I hate the love languages. I am telling my clients all the time, forget what you know, throw it in the garbage, right? It's literal trash. This concept of the 5 love languages that went viral and it was international. I mean, it has been a hit, right? Everyone wanted to learn, what are these 5 love languages and how can I use it to get more, okay, out of my lover. And it is always seemed ridiculous to me because they look like disorders to me. I'm like, okay, these 5 love languages, well, it looks like it's directly linked to something you didn't get in childhood. So, for example, if someone's saying, well, the way I give love is through acts of service, well, that probably means that you have codependency issues. It probably means that you had parentification in your childhood. That's how I always read it. So I was like, that doesn't sound right, And also, well, what happens if you go to therapy or you do self-help and you heal those wounds, right? Is that still your love language? Of course it won't be anymore. Something else will be, okay? So that always has tested to be true in my world, working with people, that's exactly what it was. And men were also abusing it by saying, well, my love language is touch. So they were getting more sex out of women, or when women felt obligated, to whatever. And it turns out the man who wrote the love languages is not a scientist. He's not educated in psychology. He's not educated or trained in relationships or relationship counseling at all. He's a preacher. That's it. He has been working only with white heterosexual couples, and this was all geared to empower men. All of it exposed overnight. He took a nosedive, and it's about damn time, because that garbage made me sick. And it was sad how many people bought into that. What's the bigger spiritual lesson here? Well, honesty. Honesty allows for us to be frank about where we are. And when we're not looking for these sort of magical unicorn solutions to hooking a mate, or to keeping a mate and manipulating them, when we're not looking for things like that, we are left with this raw authenticity that is ourself. And we have to be introspective, and we have to say, okay, where do I actually have healing that needs to be done? Where am I carrying childhood wounds and problems from my parents, and I'm, dating and just reliving these same relationships over and over and over again? And we have to do the work. This nonsense of the 5 love languages has prevented people and stolen their time from doing the work in recent years. And it's about time it crashed and burned. So now people can start to be real about who they are, what they need, what they actually like, and realize that that's constantly changing. So we can all start to relate to one another on a more authentic, basis. All right, so this will help love grow. At any time that's going on, it's good for all of us. Very timely, this one, don't you think?